Good. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, which one of these films should we begin talking about? You want to talk about The Fly?
The Fly's not a bad place to
Okay.
start.
Tell us anything you want about that, because that's one of those things that I think a lot of people saw, and it's the sort of movie that stays with you, certainly.
Well, people ask me, how is it, to direct special effects?
All right.
Is it fun? And in fact, it's kind of like trying to get a performance out of a bowl of shrimp salad, actually. Because it just lies there, and it's kind of,
Yeah.
It's agonizing, and I hate it, directing special effects.
Yeah.
I really like working with actors. It's a lot more fun.
Let's talk about this film, then, Naked Lunch. What should we know about this movie before we go see it? There's an interesting kind of a side story or subplot to the film.
Well, I think the first thing you got to accept is that it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to see it twice to realize that it's funny. There have been some critics who have said, they sit there alone in a private screening and they say, well, it's not funny like William Burroughs was funny.
Right.
Burroughs' book was a very surreal kind of stand-up comic routines. And our movie is funny too, but it's sort of microwave funny. It's little,
Yeah.
And people get overwhelmed by the effects and by the grotesqueries and other things.
What should people know about the life of William Burroughs?
Well, it might help. Bill, they made me say this. Well, Burroughs, I suppose the first thing everybody mentions is that Burroughs shot his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that's the kind of thing. It's hard to get out from under that.
Sometimes it'll stop a conversation, right in its tracks.
Yeah, but it was. We were talking about this afternoon, and it's one of those things where it's bizarre detail upon bizarre detail, and it just kind of grows geometrically. It's just strange, all of that.
Yeah. Well, Burroughs doesn't believe in accidents, and so the fact that he was acquitted because it was an accident is kind of paradoxical for him.
And now living a happy, productive life?
He lives in Lawrence, Kansas, which is almost the exact geographical center of the U.S.
Yeah.
In a small university town. The townsfolk there think of him as that nice old Mr. Burroughs, which he is. He's got his cats. He also has a mugwump tied up in his bedroom, and that won't mean anything to those who have not yet seen the movie Naked Lunch.
Mugwump.
A mugwump is a creature that Burroughs invented in Naked Lunch. It's kind of the ultimate lounge lizard. It's about 6.5 feet tall. It kind of excretes addicting fluids, smokes cigarettes a little too much.
Yeah.
Has kind of lizardy features.
Oh, sure. They'll really take to this guy in Kansas.
Well...
Right at home.
Not too many people get into the bedroom, you see. That's the thing.
Well, he shot his wife,
They probably nod approvingly down there. I don't know.
Do we have a clip? Are we looking at a clip here? Okay. Tell us what we're about to see here, and then we'll go ahead and roll it.
I think this is a scene where Peter Weller, who plays William Lee, he's a writer who is on the lam for having shot his wife. Mm-hmm. And he finds himself in a strange place, which might not be a real place, might be a hallucinatory place, something like Tangier in Morocco.
We're not quite certain.
We're not quite certain.
All right,
and
okay. Here then is that scene from the Naked Lunch.
Lee, wake up. This is no time to doze off like a freckled-faced boy on a fishing raft.
What's up?
Now, Bill. No need for that. You didn't think we'd abandon you, did you?
Yeah. And the movie is more of that kind of uncertain, sort of nebulous, kind of scary.
It's kind of hallucinatory and inner, but it is funny. You've got to take that with you.
See it twice is what you're suggesting.
See it twice, and please pay both times.
Is it in the wide release now?
It's in about 62 theaters, which is, for me, that's the first time I've had a film that's been a sort of platform release, and we're kind of seeing how that works.
All right, good for you. I hope it does well for you. Nice to meet you, David. Thanks. Thanks for
Very
being
nice
here. David Cronenberg, kids. We'll be right